So we get all this handsomeness in the picture, all the handsomeness. The ladies always take over the camera. They on TV. They got all the Boerner shows. Ain't no men around nowhere. I don't know. It's the talk, the view. Ain't no men nowhere. We could talk. We could talk, Jim. We could talk. We got some intelligence over here. So, Omaha, the Birds of Bless. Again, we got a very special guest. They do a lot of great things in our community. We want to give them a voice this morning, and just talk about what's going on in our transportation network here in Omaha. I just got back from Kansas City. Kansas City is building a big old streetcar thing, and I'm seeing it materialize. Now, I was a critic of the mayor's streetcar because I only go down one street. Now, I live I live in the 40th and Hamilton area. If you dig up the ground, there's still streetcar infrastructure there. See, we smart over here. We're smart over here. So I'm gonna ask this gentleman. Sure. Do you know? Okay, first introduce yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Jim Boerner. I'm a transportation planner with MAPA, and we're coming to talk to you about safe streets and roads for all. So we're putting together a safety plan for the metro region.
Metro region. Okay, so that includes everything. A safety plan. Does that include cars, buses, planes, and trains?
So we're talking traffic safety, so road safety, cars, people walking down the roads, people riding their bikes. So
sidewalks too?
Sidewalks too, absolutely.
Okay.
All part of our system.
So let's talk about, since we're talking about sidewalks, let's talk about disabilities.
Yep.
Those that have disabilities.
Yep.
Is that anytime you planning something on a citywide level, is that kind of one of your first priority, looking at those that have aged, that might have some disability, or even youth?
Yep, absolutely. So the transportation system, first and foremost, is for all users, and it's to be safe and efficient and effective. So part of that planning is absolutely the American Disabilities Act would describe to us and to each jurisdiction how they would update and upgrade their access both to facilities and the transportation system that gets people there.
Great. Well, I want to talk about what you want to talk about.
Sure.
Because and then we'll just go from there. So who established you? Are you guys under MAPA? How do you guys get developed?
So MAPA, or the Metropolitan Area Planning Agency, we're a council of governments, and we are staff supporting elected leaders across our region. We represent all the communities within Douglas and Sarpy County.
Okay.
And for this safety plan, we're also looking at the cities of Council Bluffs, Carter Lake, Crescent, and McClellan in Iowa.
Okay.
And for this purpose in particular, we're putting together a safety plan. It's comprehensive and using funding from the federal government, using something called the Safe System approach to come up with that plan.
Okay. Because NAPA is not funded by the local government. Can you tell us how that structure works?
Sure. There's a mixture of funding. We're primarily funded by federal funding sources. We do get transportation planning funds, which allow us to support our jurisdictions. We do help jurisdictions with construction projects. We don't build them, we don't design them, but as they spend those federal funds, some of that funding does come back to us as an organization to help them push those projects forward.
Now we're talking about safety, even for where bus routes don't go, where people want bus routes to go, because sometimes they get to walk, distance. So they still had to have safe sidewalks in order to get to the so-called depots.
Yep.
My first rap tape that I ever got I was in 7th grade. Me and my mom caught the MAT bus on Ames all the way up to Kmart on 72nd and Kmart. Kmart is gone now. But I remember my mom catching a bus. She teaching me how to catch the bus. And of course, back in the 80s, the bus system, Jimmy Carter changed the bus system. But at Bryan, the bus stopped at Giles or Harrison. So was it Giles or Harrison? I think it's Harrison.
Okay.
And so I had to walk from Harrison to Giles. That's where Bryan was. Yep. And so the bus system was so important to us, especially on a Saturday morning. I had to get to practice and stuff like that. So how can we advocate, or who do we need to talk to? Is it Bacon? Is it one of these senators or congressmen to advocate more funds so you guys can increase the routes out in West Omaha.
Okay.
Because it's always this perception that West Omaha has got all this, and now it's a newer part of the city.
Yep.
But the transportation system don't go out that far, and everybody out west don't have money or a car. And so, and we still have a lot of people out there have disabilities that still need transportation needs. Is there a plan to expand? And again, majority of the factory jobs are in Southwest Omaha.
Yep.
So is there a plan to seek more funding so we can increase those routes, increase the employees to maintain those routes also?
Yep. So I won't speak directly for Metro Transit. So we do work with them. They do have a plan called Metro Next, which looked at just that thing, which is what's that long-term future of the transit system. But we do work closely with them. MAPA does come up with a 25-year long-range transportation plan, which we're in the process of doing right now. So we'll work with Metro Transit. We work with each of the jurisdictions to identify not just what are their needs now, but what does our region look like in 20, 25 years, and what do we need to get people around safely?
Okay, cool. So you guys kind of like an oversight, kind of independent, but kind of work.
Yep.
With the group as whole. So are you guys like the internal affairs, like you in the police department or something? Or are you guys like the IRS?
Nope. We'd like to say we're here to help. So we have a convening authority. We do work to collaborate. We bring technical assistance. So some of these communities are very small.
Right.
They don't have a lot of those resources. And so we look to find that both financially, as you talked about, there are funding sources that are competitive, that people can go out and say, we want to accomplish this thing. And they put together a grant application. Basically, we provide assistance that way as well.
Okay.
But really it's, as with this plan, it's starting with where are we first? So getting that baseline, and the real reason I'm here to talk with you too is getting input from the community. So we do have a community input survey open for this safety plan. We have an input survey open for our long range transportation plan, amongst a couple other planning studies, and we're not the only ones. So the city of Omaha is studying. So there's a lot out there, I guess I would say, and looking to at least provide an opportunity for folks to go there to our website.
Where can they go? You say go to the website in order to get to the survey?
Yep. So at www.mapacog.org /projects/SS4A, you can get to our survey. And if you backspace a little bit there, you can, at our homepage, you can find other surveys and links to other planning that we have going on. Great
morning, Miss Brian, Mr. Hart. And if you guys have some question on social media, please chime in, especially for those that are along bus routes or if you have any ideas, because sometimes John could take it back to those since they the IRS and since they the FBI of transportation. Make sure you guys go to and this is the only way we can really participate on the front end, because we're always talking about, well, they made a decision, we wasn't part of it. This is the opportunity that you can be part of the decision, because it's important, the ground up, and we really want people that actually use the system to actually give feedback. It's important.
Yep, absolutely. So from the perspective of safety, what we're looking at where crashes have happened, and we do have that information. We're also looking at characteristics of the roadways. As we study, we understand things are maybe less safe depending upon design. But what we don't have access to are those near misses or those experiences that people do have. And that's what the survey is meant to be. It's meant to ask the question for you to say, where do I not feel safe? Where do I not travel to because I don't think I have, the means to get there safely, whether, like you say, it's age, whether it's disability, or just access to transportation services generally.
How do we reverse a decision? The decision that has been made, and you see the effects of that decision, and you wish it would go back, like 30th Street, for instance. 30th Street was 4 lanes in the middle lane. Now there's 3 lanes. And I see people are going faster versus slower, because for people to go slower But since it's condensed, anytime you condense something, it goes faster, similar to like the Missouri River. Missouri River at one time, before engineers changed it, it was a slow river. Until they condensed it, now the Missouri River is fast. So anytime you condense something, it's going to go faster. And so I noticed more accidents on 30th Street. It's harder to get on 30th Street now because the traffic lights are stay longer. So it's now the traffic more backed up. So how can we reverse decisions, especially if and is there a survey after this or analyzation system after this decision being made to see if the safety concerns are affected in the way that they want it to be affected?
So again, with it, that being the City of Omaha project, won't speak specifically to, but that redesign, that road diet is one term to go from 4 lanes to 3 does have safety impact against those. Again, another thing we're looking at is we're not going to prevent every crash. We want to prevent those crashes that result in fatal or serious injuries. So we want people, even if they are in a crash, to go home or to be able to go back to their job and live their life fully. So it removes kind of that weaving where you got to go back and forth. Somebody wants to try to turn left across traffic, and now you have that ability with that turn lane. But another thing we're talking to with the safe system approach, we realize people make mistakes. People drive faster than they should. Speed is a very big part of outcomes. Yeah. So it's a balance. I mean, there's an engineering side to it. There's a policy side to how we manage, and they're all a balance. I think that road modification should result in safer outcomes. Whether that's total number of crashes, definitely not something that I would speak to. But we do want to take that approach. We want to say, where are we now?
So are you the office to give feedback? Because the sidewalks are near the streets, which is safety, and you guys still had the roads because buses, but also other vehicles are use that same apparatus. And so that's why I was asking, because we do need oversight and reanalyzations sometimes of our decision to see if it's bringing out the effects that we want.
Sure.
So Omaha, if you want to give feedback, especially you live on North 30th Street, on close calls or situation that you have had on 30th Street, make sure you go to the website and give your input there, so they can use that data to because if they don't know, how can they address? What I mean? So, and we can't assume that just because they're in government or have a certain position that they know. Omaha is a big city. The metro area is a big city, so and then that's why I'm glad you guys doing outreach, because the citizens are gonna really know what's going on because they live in these neighborhoods. I love it. Love your approach. That's the best approach. The top down approach is never gonna work. You're never gonna get the feedback that's necessary. You got to get it from people that's actually dealing with the issues. And so I love your approach, and we'll do whatever we can to make sure that people go to the website, give you guys the feedback that you need in order to so you make our community as safe as possible, without a doubt. So what are other goals? How can we get involved besides the survey? After the survey, how can the community stay engaged?
So we do have a number of engagement booths going on right now. We'll be at Fiestas Patrias this coming weekend, I think, and a couple of locations. We'll have public open houses in the spring. Those dates and times will be determined in the future. But there's an opportunity through that website. You can email something directly. So at safestreets@mapacog.org, we'll take that input as well. And as we develop the plan, we'll release that. We'll let folks give comment both at a draft level and as it comes ready for final. So
right. And we also want to distinguish the different levels, like I said, different levels of government, different levels of responsibility. So the city has some responsibility. The county has some responsibility. Everyone has a responsibility. And I wanted to identify that the MAPA system or the MAP bus system is not financed locally; it's financed federally, and so we got to make sure that we advocate to our congressmen and congresswomen to bring more dollars, to this area. It's up to the constituents, not just to the bodies that run and organize it. It's up to the constituents to advocate more monies so we can continue to improve our transportation systems, without a doubt. So, man, I appreciate you coming in this morning. Give us a recap of what's going on and how can we get involved.
All right. Yeah. So MAPPA is doing a safety study for the region. We have a community input survey where you can put on a map locations that you're concerned about, give us other feedback on safety. We'll be taking those inputs. Really, if you give it to us in the next couple of weeks, it'll go right into that planning process. We'll have a draft plan out in January of next year, and we'll look to have a final plan approved in May or June. And really what the goal is there is that's when we start working. We work with jurisdictions to implement projects that are identified from that plan, or advocate as it makes sense for policies that make us all safer on the roads.
Are you looking for specific reporting from citizens? Well, what areas are you really want to target?
So yeah, we realize that we want it across the community. We want it's from communities that are most impacted. So the federal government has identified disadvantaged communities that where we know that not only are there more crashes potentially, but those crashes do have more severe outcomes. So some of the things that you talked about, we recognize in neighborhoods where folks are aging, that access, that safety is an issue. We know where there's greater poverty, where there's greater transportation insecurity, less, not as much access to a vehicle, not as much access to things that you need, groceries, healthcare, things like that. So we've identified those areas, and not only are we doing this community outreach where we're just going directly, we do have some advocacy groups that we're bringing on board that are going to go specifically to communities as well and talk to neighborhood associations or other communities, because we realize sometimes it's hard to give that input. Sometimes, and maybe there's a better way of presenting it. So we're looking to go that route as well.
So are you looking to like partner with like community organizations that doing community events? So you can set up a vendor table or something like that? Are you doing that kind of outreach
Absolutely.
also? Okay,
Absolutely.
cool.
Yep.
Do you have a phone number? Just in case, everybody don't, have access to, the internet.
Sure.
Did you like, Facebook could kick you off at any
Yeah, you can reach the MAP offices at 402-444-6866 and get a hold of us that way. My extension is 3231. You might not catch me all the time, but definitely that safe streets at mapacog.org. If you send that reaches a group of us at the office, and that'll go, we'll get right back to you.
Okay, cool. Make sure you guys follow up. Make sure we participate. This is how we make our community safe, with everyone input from the bottom up, which is the best approach. You guys are living in your neighborhoods. You know what's needed. If it's street lights, and like I said, each jurisdiction have a certain responsibility, but they need a survey so they can approach each agency that's responsible for making our streets and sidewalks safe. But we got to participate. It takes a village to raise a child, and we're all children of this village. So it's going to take all of us to make sure that we're all safe. All right. They say you're supposed to love thy neighbor, right? This is a love thy neighbor move. We want to decrease accidents, and we want to decrease, anything that's vehicular, especially being a former probation officer. When it comes to chemical dependency and the road and cars, we want to make sure that everyone is safe at all times. Jim, is there anything that we didn't discuss that you want to make sure we get across?
No, I don't think so. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's been great to talk with you about the work that we're doing.
Cool. We want to make sure that we welcome you back. Safe streets are important. I know you're not in charge of the potholes. I know. I just had to bring it up. Downtown City of Omaha is responsible for our potholes. So just call the mayor hotline. If you have pothole issues in your community, just with all this rain and stuff like that, we've been having some sinkholes, and so we just want to be cautious. So if you see anything out there, report it to the city hotline, the mayor hotline, and then they'll get to the Department of Roads You know what I mean? So that's just how. So even the mayor have some outreach, a consistent outreach, so the citizens can participate. In the safety of our community.
Yes.
All right, Jim, and thank you. His sidekick. She's taking pictures of all of our hands. Yeah, she's archiving our handsomeness.
Perfect.
Yeah, without a doubt. Omaha, the birds of bless. Oh man, it's going to be a beautiful day. Today is Tell the Truth Tuesday. This is a day where you mainly be honest with yourself. You're honest with yourself. So if you need to complete something, if you need to apologize to somebody, this is a day where you're honest with yourself, but also it's a way you get rid of burdens by accepting constructive criticism. If you need to accept an apology or if you need to apologize, we don't want you to carry those burdens on. So we actually like to heal here. God, every time you smile, oh yes, oh man, I love God. Every time you smile and every time you laugh, it releases endorphins that create healing. Oh yeah, see, I got goosebumps now. Me and Jim, God is in the building. Oh yeah, he's healing right now. He's healing right now. So every time you smile, I'm telling you, y'all. I studied biology. We smart over here too. Shouts out to Midland Lutheran College. Every time you smile or every time you laugh or have a great moment, it releases endorphins that create healing. I'm telling y'all. So let's have some fun. I encourage you guys. Jim, how old are you? Jim, how old are you? You got
old enough.
You got so Jim, do you still play? You still play? You got grandkids?
Not yet. Not that old.
Okay, not that old. See, I'm old. See, I'm old. He got young gray. I got old
young
gray.
Yep.
So no, but I like to play.
Yeah.
And so I'm telling everybody, y'all. I know we get serious in our work. We such and such. We doctor this. We did this that, or we whatever offers of this. We teacher that. No, get rid of all those labels and tags and go out and play. I'm telling you, y'all. Go jump rope. I don't know what you do. Play some hopscotch. You know what I mean? Run around the house. Get a neighborhood kid. Race them down the street. Or you see the neighborhood kid. Go play catch with them. If your kids are gone, or play football. I'm telling you, y'all. If you want to, because people are going through so much, and we don't know what they're going through. I got friends that take care of their elderly mom or father because they got dementia or Alzheimer's. And they have caregivers coming over. So everybody's going through something different. So on this Tell Truth Tuesday, let's be kind to each other today, because you never know what they're going through. But I'm asking everybody to be purposeful and play today. Just play. All right. It's gonna bring God all in your life. All right. Omaha, the birds of bless. I'm so happy to be alive today. How about you, Jim?
I'm very happy to be alive today.
Without doubt. Omaha, the birds of bless. I know you might be going through something, but where's my song at? Where's my song at? Sometimes you gotta bring God in the game. Sometimes you gotta bring God off the bench. You know what I mean? Because we try to do everything, all that stuff. We be worrying all this stuff, and we can't control none of that stuff. So sometimes you got to give it to God and let God handle it. So I'm gonna try to find this song. We got a lot of songs. All the songs that we play here are local. We actually practice loving thy neighbor, because this is how my mom survived. She couldn't read and write, so she depended on her church. Shouts out to Great New Hope Baptist Church. Man, I'm very serious on how it's important to love that neighbor. This is how my mom survived. So our neighbors, they knew she couldn't read and write, but they made sure that she was all right. They read for her until I was able. Shouts out to my teacher, Miss Denton. I think 2nd or 3rd grade when I started reading real good, and then I went to college with her son. So man, I love my teachers.
Nice.
And so I'm telling you, y'all, just take time out. If you got an elderly neighbor, just go check on them, y'all. Without doubt. So if you're going through something, bring God off the bench. This is by this young lady. Her name is Salt. She is from this community, and her daddy is she's a preacher kid too. Boss with us, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's salt. I got Christ on it. Yeah. I got Christ on it. I'm gonna take y'all back with me. Yeah. I was only 10 years old when the devil took my innocence from me. Told me to shut up, don't say a word, or it's the end for me. Grew up a little faster than I should, living sinfully. At 13 and that's all she wrote, the rest was history. Grew up in the church, pops a pastor, mama first lady. Just to go home to live in darkness, my life felt so crazy. Never shady, spitting truth, it really hurt, I promise you. Y'all rarely took the time to understand what was happening under your roof. I cried for rice, no starry nights, my life a film movie. Not talking popcorn and candy, but gruesome facts exclusive. This ain't a sad song, just wanna share some heat about how my life was little house on the prairie to nightmare on Elm Street. Only share my testimony. See y'all out there like me, ain't no more being discreet. Time to war in these streets, not over flesh and blood, but over these principalities. The devil really thought he had me, but I got Christ on it. Yeah, I got Christ on it. I got Christ on it, yeah. Coming from the trenches, ain't nobody really listening. They just wanna make assumptions about your life, creating distance. It's resistance, pay subscription, demons lurking, that's their mission. But what you gonna do when you start switching up your position? Lean on God, he's the one that got you this far. Relationship over religion, he's just wanting your permission. Christ is did it, yeah, it's finished. For your life and all your sinning, he wants to show you different. He wants to give you vision. I got Christ on it, he know what it's like for me. All my pain, all my hurt, he walked it out on the earth. He rose us up from the dirt. I hope you know there's more to this life than all the things that you've endured. There's a cure, his name is Christ. Yeah. Oh, his name is Christ, and he wants to get you right. He wants to bring you back to life. Yeah. I got Christ on it. Yeah. It says in Romans 12:2, do not be conformed to this world, but instead with a transformed mind, be renewed. That way, whatever you have is good and acceptable, and it's the perfect will of God. So no matter what you're going through in this life, no matter what your life has given you and thrown in you, just know that if you put Christ on it, everything gonna work out. So, out here.
I know you bought that bankroll, so I had to hit you with that mace flow. Pull up to your crib and girl, I hate it when you say no. My game cold. When I met you, swear that you was J-Lo. Body of a goddess, girl, be careful with that halo. Okay, so what I gotta do to get you vibing with the crew? Ain't trying to violate your mood, but girl, my eyes been stuck on you. So what are you into? Flowers, baby, fruit, you know the club, it ain't my move. We can lay up and catch a snooze. Ain't trying to run no game on you, and you the bomb. Let me come and put this flame on you, and when I'm gone, I don't want no other thing but you. Daydreaming at the ceiling in my room got me saying, go shorty, it's your birthday. You shouldn't have let you go in the first place. You probably hear this all the time, but girl, you worthy. And it's a celebration, my you sweet as rum cake. I'm saying, go shorty, it's your birthday. You shouldn't have let you go in the first place. You probably hear this all the time, but girl, you worthy. And it's a celebration, my you sweet as rum cake. I'm saying, I know I rap nice, bump the stereotype. I need a Nice wife who can give me a slice, feed me at night. When together we can take off in flight. Tell me your goals, and when you reach them, I can bring them to light. Now listen, it's apparent that all of what you've been hearing ain't nothing like what I'm giving. I'm different, I know you feel me. Hold up, what's the deal? My mouth like Johnny Gill. Just know I'm so for real. Find a place where we can chill and be cool. Cause I seen games too. Put your finger in my phone, but these hoes ain't you. Sure, I keep a couple fans, but that's how I do. Many girls around the world, but they ain't nothing like you. So come show it's your birthday. He shouldn't have let you go. In the first place, you probably hear this all the time, but girl, you worthy. And it's a celebration by you, sweet as rum cake. I'm saying, go shorty. It's your birthday. He shouldn't have let you go. In the first place, you probably hear this all the time, but girl, you worthy. And it's a celebration by you, sweet as rum cake. I'm saying, go shorty. It's your birthday. He shouldn't have let you go. In the first place, you probably hear this all the time, but girl, you worthy. And it's a celebration by you, sweet as rum cake. I'm saying, go shorty. It's your birthday. You shouldn't have let you go. In the first place, you probably hear this all the time, but girl, you worthy. And it's a celebration by you, sweet as rum cake. Yeah. Hood ambassadors. My diamonds get to dancing like Michael Jackson Thriller. My diamonds get to dancing like Michael Jackson Thriller. My diamonds get to dancing like Michael Jackson Thriller. Yeah, they wanna get it, but they never seen the killer. Yeah, they wanna get it, but they never seen the killer. I look too dappled in Versace and Gucci. My BBS is diabolical, just like Mr. Lucci. Got to count $1 million in the paper to coupe. See, my mama made a start, but the trap didn't induce me. Yeah, my deliveries lavish, but I spit bars like a Uzi. I'm a monument walking and ain't nobody gonna move me. I was destined for greatness. I'm gifted in the sessions. I keep the blicky on me and I'm playing. You keep it in public. I manifested on millions. You can hate it or love it. I'm a diamond in the rough, man. My journey been rugged. All I want is the money, the fame and the haters. You wasn't with me on the grind when I was getting this paper. It's gonna glory, hallelujah. Gotta make me a star. Watch my diamonds get to dancing like I'm Pluto to Mars. I'm amazing when you see me posted up at the bar. Baby girl, she wanna bring me, giving two in the car. Why this took so long? I always been phenomenal. I put my blood, sweat, and tears to go and conquer mode. I'm feeling strange when they go and know your name. When I was nobody, they ain't care to feel the same. Same. Try to play me, looking plain. My diamonds dancing, MC hammer on my chain. I made a promise through the fortune and the fame. Change your address, but you always stay the same. A lot of me falling off on Eddie Kane. My view impeccable through the pain. I've been cheating on these new left a stain. So us can be a legend, top 10 within the game. I'm feeling glory, hallelujah, gotta make me a star. Watch my diamonds get to dancing like I'm Pluto to Mars. I'm amazing when you see me posted up at the bar. Baby girl, she wanna bring me, giving two in the car. My diamonds get to dancing like Michael Jackson Thriller. My diamonds get to dancing like Michael Jackson Thriller. My diamonds get to dancing like Michael Jackson Thriller. Yeah, they wanna get it, but they never seen the killer. Yeah, they wanna get it, but they never seen the killer. Yeah, they wanna get it, but they never seen the killer. My diamonds get to dancing like Michael Jackson Thriller. Yeah, they wanna get it, but they never seen the killer.
John Dummy make a beat and no gon' kill it. You bad, yeah. Free hope, yeah. Got your hair good, yeah. All your bill paid, say yeah. You bad, yeah. Free hope, yeah. Got your hair good, yeah. All your bill paid, say yeah.
Say yeah. She got red hair, she was flat, but you need airfare. I hate the shy, need a yeah. You don't give a but you a care bear. Roll with it like me. Roll with it like me. Roll with it like me. Now she talking about a little fee. All sugar, honey, iced tea. See, she said a whole loud. I show so loud. nigga gotta walk like damn. Must be jelly, not jam. Just like a Chevy with wham. Your mama so heavy like bam. Man, I had to pull out my cam, fam. As soon as I walk through the door, DJ hollered out, hella flow. Tell the girl, grab a yellow coat. I'ma make it flood, need a boat. But all I wanna know is, can we talk? Yeah, yeah. Frio. Yeah, yeah. Got your hair good. Yeah, yeah. All your bill paid. Say, yeah, yeah. You bad, bad, bad. Yeah, yeah. Frio. Yeah, yeah. Got your hair good. Yeah, yeah. All your bill paid. Say, yeah, yeah. Is your bills paid? Or your rent late? Do they hype you up? Or your friends hate? When you slide through, that's a Benz play. That's your side view, or is it clickbait? On the bad like A, from the NY to LA, from the D down to the A. The ones who smoke their day, screaming pretty get paid. Hey, she got a new way, 2 kids. She told her baby daddy, deuces. She don't really drink, took a few swigs. Now she too lit, but the truth is she ain't never really been loved. Shawty only with scrubs. Now she wanna with a thug. Shawty wanna in the club. Got a stack of ones for the dubs. Cause as soon as I walk through the door, DJ hollered out, hella flow. Tell the girl grab a yellow coat. I'ma make it blood, need a bow. But all I wanna know is, can we talk for a minute? Girl, I wanna know your name. Parking lot full of just for a young day. Oh, bad, bad, bad. Yeah, yeah. Frio. Yeah, yeah. Got your hair good. Yeah, yeah. All your bill paid. Say, yeah, yeah. You bad, bad, bad. Yeah, yeah. Frio. Yeah, yeah. Got your hair good. Yeah, yeah. All your bill paid. Say, yeah, yeah. Show so low, brother, oh, la. So low, brother, oh, la. Show so low, la. Show so low, brother, oh, la.
All right. All right. Check, check. Check, check. All right, there we go. Omaha, the birds of blood. So welcome back to the Boss Morning Show today. Again, we call it Tell Truth Tuesday. I know we got the debate tonight. So I think the president and, well, vice president and former President Trump is going to be debating tonight. Can't wait to see it. I don't know if it's too late for you guys to register, but I think it still might be time to register. Make sure you guys get out and vote, participate in the process if you want to, have some real change. And it's not even about the presidential. It's about Congress. Congress is the one that make laws. And so I know they use Ms. Harris and Mr. Trump as we got to watch out for both of them. Both of them are scary. Yeah, both of them are scary. Congress control everything, y'all. And so we need to focus on Congress, Vargas and Bacon. That's the race that you need to focus on. Vargas and Bacon, they make the decision in Congress. They make the decision on the allocation of dollars when legislation is passed. Presidents that sign or veto bills. They can do some executive orders, but real legislation is passed by the real Congress. Executive orders, Congress can overturn all that stuff. Executive orders, of course, the president can have some latitude, but he can't declare war. He can have military and whatever you call them things, incursions, but he can't declare war. The presidents have limited power. They can only get that power through Congress. So we need to be focused on Congress, those that's running for Senate or those that's running for the House. Those are the most important races, as well as local races. Here in Omaha, your state senators just raise your taxes to give property owners relief. Some of you guys own houses, majority of you guys don't. But for the ones that don't own houses, you pay more taxes. So those that do own houses pay less taxes. That's what the unicameral passed. A lot of those taxes were pushed on children. The needs of children. They're taxing the needs of children. So voting is important. And then even if you didn't vote, once you register, now you're eligible to participate in juries. And for those that are marginalized, this is so important because it only takes one juror to stop a trial. 1 out of 12, it only takes one. The system, everybody, complain about what happens here in America, but America is the best system. Everybody in the world is trying to get to America. If you were born here, you're blessed, but you came through, torture, trauma, especially if you're from the Black diaspora. So on this Tell the Truth Tuesday, it's mainly to be honest with yourself, but also to accept constructive criticism. So let's get it done. Boss with me.
You don't know how many times I've been cast down, 'cause I was looking for a way out. People dying in my hometown. You don't know how many dreams I done let go. Think Dr. King, they were shot cold, because I dream beyond the front porch. World keeps spinning, round and round, and I ain't about to give up now. Keep this in mind, in a matter of time, the sun comes back around. I'm looking for a brighter day. I'm looking for a better way. I'm waiting for the sun to come and shine its light on a really dark night. Light it up, and let it shine on me. Light it up, I wanna see it shine, 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 shine. You don't know how many times I done fell down, trying to be someone I can't now, 'cause I was hanging with the wrong crowd. You don't know how I sat in church on Sunday, but when I ran into Monday, all my problems came to haunt me. The world keeps spinning, round and round, so I ain't about to give up now. Keep this in mind, in a matter of time, the sun comes back around. I'm looking for a brighter day. I'm looking for a better way. I'm waiting for the sun to come and shine its light on a really dark night. Light it up, and let it shine on me. Light it up, I wanna see it shine, 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 shine.
Don't know, don't have an inkling what it is to have the sand under your feet sinking. Thinking you standing on solid ground, you found that your Katrina stay breaching your dam. Found body cams ain't stopped the bullets, shots fired in court they pull it. We do our best to pull through, like good movers. We pull up and move you. Still, we unstoppable. Peace be still. We do the impossible. The mission is to heal the village, get our spirits and minds right. We stay looking forward, cause there's blind spots in our hindsight. Turn up just cold talk for shine bright. We living in the moment, so you know the time's right. Every day we turn lemons into limelight. Light it up. Like the sun, we can't help but light it up.
I'm looking for a brighter day. I'm looking for a better way. I'm waiting for the sun to come and shine its light on the really dark night. Light it up, and let it shine on me. Light it up, I wanna see it shine.
This audio presentation is brought to you by Union Bank and Trust. The Omaha City Council will consider several amendments as it votes Tuesday on Mayor Gene Stuthart's spending plan for 2025, including trimming the city's property tax rate slightly more than she proposed. Stuthart's general fund budget would increase spending by 4.8% next year to $531 million. She had recommended a 3.3% reduction in the property tax rate. City Council President Pete Festerson proposed a slightly larger trim of about 3.8% after the city's total property tax valuation came in higher than the Douglas County Assessor's Office had projected. Stuthart is backing Festerson's proposal, which would return the unexpected additional revenue to taxpayers. She sent a letter to council members asking them to support the amendment. Because of rising property values, the tax rate cut under consideration would not mean lower taxes for most homeowners. The cut, as amended, would result in a nominal trim for homeowners whose valuations for tax purposes did not go up this year. The owner of a $200,000 home whose valuation did not increase would save about $35 on their city property tax bill. Stuthart has proposed property tax rate reductions 5 times in her 11 years as mayor. Festerson also proposed slightly increasing her 2024 reduction, and the council and mayor approved that amendment. In another amendment, Festerson is proposing to transfer about $1.2 million from the city's cash reserve to pay for a recruit class of 18 new firefighters. Such an expense is already in Stuthart's recommended budget, but is to be paid for by a federal grant the city has not yet been awarded, Festerson said.
Sponsor message, then we're back.
If you're ready for a family-owned bank that truly cares about our customers and the communities we serve, come to Union Bank and Trust. At UBT, people don't have your money. Your money has people. Member FDIC. In a similar situation last year, the city did not win the grant, he said. Festerson also is proposing 2 amendments related to the city's Climate Action and Resiliency Plan. Neither would commit additional city funding. One calls for using any money remaining from a federal pollution reduction grant to establish initial priorities for implementing the city's Climate Action Plan. The other calls for pursuing more federal and state grants and community partnerships. We're completing the plan for the city by the end of this year, and a lot of what we heard at the public hearing on the budget was concern that they didn't see implementation funding beginning in 2025, Festerson said. Amendments from several council members also would shift small amounts from the city's contingency funds to specific projects, as is tradition. Council Vice President Amy Melton proposes $50,000 for the City Parks and Recreation Department for work in the Autumn Heights subdivision at Northwest Omaha. Councilmember Ron Hugg is seeking $50,000 to contribute to the Douglas County Sheriff's Youth and Family Engagement Program for gang intervention and other services. Councilmembers Brinker Harding and Don Rowe propose moving $50,000 to the Public Works Department for temporary speed feedback signs to be deployed in areas where speeding is a concern. Councilmember Danny Begley is seeking $40,000 for the Nebraska Center for Workforce Development and $10,000 for the Omaha Irish Cultural Center for Education and Cultural Events. And Festerson is proposing $50,000 to go to Public Works for the North Saddle Creek Business Improvement District Streetscape Project.
Next article.
Sam McEwen breaks down Nebraska football's win over Colorado.
Sponsor message, then we're back.
If you're ready.
I just wanted to play that story in regards to city government and taxes and your participation in voting. It's important. These individuals are making decisions on your money, and if you're not participating, it's like taxation without representation. I think that's one of the reasons why they came up with the Constitution. Today is Tell the Truth Tuesday. We're about to get out of here. If you are a business owner or entrepreneur or whatever, and you want to expand your brand, we're giving individuals like yourself an opportunity to start their own radio show. If you're doing a podcast, if you thinking about doing a podcast, we can do that here at 1690 AM The One. But we're going on a different level. We opening it up to create FM shows. Streaming podcast has its place. If you want to have profanity and obscene behavior, you can't do that on the FM. You gotta have some integrity, some respect. So if you have an interest in hosting your own radio show, like I'm doing here, we reach 1 million people in the metro area, Council Bluffs, the suburbs, and Omaha together, and the surrounding small cities. We reach about 1 million people. If you want to reach 1 million people, if you want to brand yourself, if you want to grow your business, if you want to become the expert in your field, the best way is to start a radio show. And you can advocate, display your expertise, just like me. See, I'm sharing it. We sharing the sun over here. We sharing the light over here. And so if you have the ability to teach others how to fish per se, because we're looking for disciplines in law, finances, mechanics, AI, community news, relationship building, health, natural health. So we're looking for shows in all those disciplines, so we can teach others how to fish per se, and at the same time brand you, your business, your product or service as the leader in this market. We're destroyed because of lack of knowledge. I can't be the only one teaching. I can't be the only one teaching here in this community. We are a nonprofit radio station. We are a community-based radio station, and our goal is to make sure that we make better decisions so we can have a better quality of life. That's why we brought MAPA in to look at our transportation systems and how you can participate in changing it. That's why we bring in the health department in every Friday, so you have the latest knowledge on what's happening in regards to health issues, health concerns here in the metropolitan area. We are proactive. God said that we are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. We try to bring those that have the knowledge so we have less destruction. Without a doubt, baby. Without a doubt. Today is Tell the Truth Tuesday. Be purposeful on being truthful to yourself. And then also accept constructive criticism, because it is a criticism that builds you up versus tear you down. So again, Tell the Truth Tuesday. Oh yeah, without a doubt. I want to thank those that have helped 95.7 in our journey. We're going to be celebrating our 10th year anniversary. We're throwing a New Year's Eve celebration. We're in the plans right now. We're going to have a couple of movie premieres that day. And then we're going to just have music. We'll have entertainers that you hear on the radio. We're going to have bands. It's going to be a wonderful night. It's going to be a fundraiser for our radio station also. We're going to be at a Black-owned venue, a new venue on 108th in Ellison, right behind the Ice House, right next door to the Restore Business. So our goal is to make sure that we support each other as we continue to approach 2025. All right. In the meantime, we're about to get out of here. Make sure you guys support our sponsors. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. So please support our sponsors. They have been a benefit to us. This is how we, keep our lights on and, pay some of our bills. 95.7 The Boss. Oh, yeah. Tell Truth Tuesday. Without a doubt, be honest with yourself. Boss with us.
Do you live within the Omaha lead site boundary? The City of Omaha will sample and test your home, and if eligible, we will remediate your yard for free. Find out your home's sampling and testing status today. Contact 402-731-3045 or omahalead.org.
Omaha Lead is a proud supporter of KOWN 95.7, The Boss.
Looking for a new and exciting way to grow your career? North End Teleservices is hiring for full-time roles in customer service, administration, and leadership. Positions include competitive pay, benefits, paid time off, and tuition assistance. At North End Teleservices, our mission is to create jobs and change lives. We invest in our employees and are dedicated to helping them reach their personal and professional goals. Your success is our success. Embark on a new career today by joining our diverse team. Apply at northendteleservices.com. North End Teleservices is a proud supporter of KOWN 95.7, The Boss.
Robert Glasper is a jazz and hip-hop trailblazer. He's the keys on Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly and the collaborator of choice for artists like Common, Her, Yeba, and Talib Kweli. His Grammy-winning crossover album, Black Radio, changed the face of R&B. Robert Glasper comes to the Holland Center September 27th. Plus, you never know which of his friends might stop by. Get tickets at ticketomaha.com.
Alone in a crowded room.
Playing only the best music in the world. This is your number one radio station.
95.7 The Boss.
95.7 The Boss is looking for radio station interns. Are you a junior, senior in high school, or a college student? Do you want hands-on experience on how a radio station operates with sales, talent, hosting, and producing? Come learn the ropes of radio broadcasting from The Boss. If you are interested, call us today at 402-714-6482. 402-714-6482.
Playing only the best music in the world. This is your number one radio station.
95.7 The Boss.
Got some good, clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. If you got some good, clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. If you got your own money, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it. Own car, own house, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it. Head down, up, bounce it, bounce it. If you STD free, clap your hands. If you got your own car, own house, paper in the vault with a smart mouth, shout. Legs club, gun, stiller, ain't nobody triller. Head down, pop it.